Howdy, everybody. It's been a while, I know. But, well, I didn't want to make videos, so I didn't. Not that I don't love it. Oh, let me scoot back here. There you go. There's your behind the scenes of the filming and recording of this video. Because I tend to be too close to the microphone. Sorry, it's pretty late, so I'm probably pretty tired. It's about 5:15, so I guess not late, but early. It's real early. Yeah, I'm not actually sure where I'm going with this. I had the motivation to record something. So I'm recording something. I've been alright. Job stuff is going. I'm a little bit behind right now, but hopefully I'll be able to get that rectified today. Excuse me. And truck stuff. I think in the last video I made, I was talking about brake lines, how I did the axle lines, but I did not do the one that runs front to rear. Well, I've done that now. It wasn't too bad. Routing it was kind of meh. Because it's a really long brake line, so the manufacturer, they have to put shipping bends in it so that it's more compact. So then you gotta, like roll it out and bend it so that it's all straight. It wasn't all completely straight. I wasn't gonna fuck around with it for 10 minutes trying to get it all straight. So routing it was a little unfun, but I eventually got it. I also replaced the gas tank strap, which I don't know if I actually mentioned that in previous episodes, but one of the straps that holds up the gas tank was not okay. It was very not okay. Basically, it's got a giant chunk that sits underneath of the gas tank, and then it's got a strap that goes over and locks into itself on the other side. Well, where it locked into itself on the other side, that bolt had completely shattered. It was done. It had too much. Because I earlier in the year, or maybe it was last year, I don't remember, I had to drop the gas tank to replace the fuel pump, and in dismounting it, yeah, it just completely shattered, and the strap itself was all rotten and rusted, and it needed to be done. So I did that. And that's pretty much it as far as like safety goes with it, which is where I was going, because my ultimate goal, I had to have it in a safe enough condition to go get the transmission replaced. I would do it myself, but I can't be fucked up. If I'm being honest, I so badly do not want to do it myself. It would be possible-ish, but it would be a gigantic pain in my ass. I don't have anyone to help me. I don't have a lift, so I can't get the truck up in the air. It would all be very painfully basic. And painfully basic when it comes to cars usually means this shit's gonna take a long time. And I need my truck. I use it for work, so can't really do that. But yeah, so because I wanted to take it to his shop, to get the transmission done. I had to make sure that the gas tank was alright, because before it was held on with paracord. I had to just wrap the whole thing up in paracord and hope. I wasn't too worried about it. You know, I don't take it on the highway or nothing. I just drive it around town. But, you know, a shop is going to look at something like that and be like, yeah, no, we don't want to touch this vehicle. And the same with the brakes, cuz I had fixed those, air quotes, 2 years ago. I was dumbass broke and absolutely could not have afforded anything to do with that truck at the time. So pretty much whatever I had on hand was what was going on the truck. What I had on hand was a brake line cutter and a section of rubber tube. Because what had happened was the brake line had blew some time ago. So it had this giant slit in it, where it was just bleeding brake fluid. There we go. Brake fluid. You know what? I might as well just stop. I gotta leave that in too. I'm not editing that out. I can't be bothered. I'm sure some of you will enjoy that. But it was bleeding brake fluid is what I'm trying to say. So I cut out that section of the brake line, shoved in a rubber tube in place of it, used hose clamps to get it tightened down, and it leaked less than when there was a hole, but it still leaked. And I could never stop. Like, I could stop, but if I was like on a hill or something, I was pressing all the way down to the floor, and with the situation the way that it was, that would not last long. Eventually, I would squeeze all the brake fluid out, lose pressure, and the brakes would stop working. So, stopping in adverse conditions, there's one hill specifically that I have to go on that I was worried about stopping on. Yeah, that it was sketchy. But it was all a transitional period. All of these janky weird fixes, it was transitional. I have a tiny amount of money right now, but it's enough to do things the right way, because it's not in good shape, but I'm gonna get it in good shape. That's my plan. That's my big project, you know, is I want to be buried in that truck. I don't know why. I don't know why I have this weird attachment to it. This weird sentimental value. If you guys know anything about the whole story, the whole lore, which I'm not going to explain here, well, you might wonder if I'd really ever want to see the thing again. Well, I do, and I like seeing it, and I like driving it. I like having it be mine. I like fixing it. I like just looking at it. You know, everything about it that is something that I like. So, you know, I really believe in sticking with what you like as far as vehicles go, because, you know, every so many people, they'll buy a new car every 6 years and never care for it, don't take care of it, and then, you know, those are the people that ask, how could this have happened, when they break down on the side of the road? You know, it's like, well, you never changed the oil, you never put brake fluid in it, you never put, you know, coolant in it, you never switch out the tires, you never do the brakes, you never, you know, and so they're like, oh, it's a piece of junk then, you know, it failed me, it failed me and it is garbage now, so I'm getting rid of it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm not even sure what the original point was, but basically, I think that's my third, but basically, this video. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I like it, so I'm going to put in the work to keep it. There we go. It's all out on the table now. Yeah. And also, it's been treated like shit. I mean, it's gone through all sorts of hell before it got to me. So yeah, you know, and it's still performed, you know, up until the last person that was using it was done using it. It worked. It worked all the way through that, and then as soon as they put it down, it gave up. It had to take a nap. It was tired. But I needed it, so I had to wake it back up. But that's, you know, because I was using it during that duration when the other person was using it, and it never did me wrong, you know. Like I said, it performed. So yeah, I owe it to the thing. Plus, you know how freaking expensive it is to get a car right now? I tell you what, I was looking in my price range, which is not a lot, admittedly. Nah, I mean, I couldn't find a single thing under 300,000 miles. And they're all, you know, work trucks or you know, something was broken that is worse than what I'm dealing with currently. You know, it's just a whole new can of worms. And I don't want to deal with that. The what is it? The devil you know is better than the one you don't, right? So this is my devil. The shovel. There you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did it. But yeah, we're at that point where I can finally get this thing done, and then it will absolutely it'll need a new engine soon. It misfires pretty bad in just first, from what I can tell, which is kind of weird. And eventually it stopped doing it. It's not a consistent issue. I've still got to diagnose that and figure out what's going on. I mean, the engine is pretty cooked. But I've got to keep it going for as long as I can, because I absolutely cannot afford to put a new engine in that thing right now. And that only costs like half as much as like a modern car to put a new engine in. So, you know, I'll get there, but for now it is what it is. It works. It goes forward. Hopefully soon it'll go backward too. It stops. The gas tank is not dropping out the bottom of the thing. And I'm happy with it. It also needs weather sealing. It leaks everywhere inside whenever it rains. It's horrible. But I'm not worried about it. It's not moldy yet, so I'm not worried about it. This has just become truck stuff. I mean, other than that, nothing's happened. I lead a pretty boring life. You know? Maybe that's why this truck is so important to me. I don't know. Because it's there and nothing else is. But it's just how it goes. Yes. So that's everything. That's really it. I promise you. But I'll try to do more things so that I have more to talk about in the next video. Because unfortunately I can't just talk about the truck anymore. There's not going to be much done to it in the near future. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's it for this video. I'm sorry if you didn't want to hear about the truck for 15 minutes, but that's just how it ended up. I don't actually feel bad about it, so maybe don't take that sorry so seriously, but that's just how it goes. I suppose if you didn't like it, you probably wouldn't have made it this far. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it. You know, me and my rambles and things. And yeah, that's really all I've got. So I'm gonna take off. I'm really hungry, and yeah, so I'm gonna get food, and yeah. You guys have a good one. Be easy. Be good. Take care of yourselves. Drink water. Hug your mom. Watch the sunset. Try that out. Really look at it. Promise you'll like it. Alright, that's all. I'm gone. Goodbye.